Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by SFG Medicare.
Well, getting a bill in the mail is never fun, but getting a medical bill for hundreds or thousands of dollars, that can cause outright panic. On today's Medicare Tips with Andrew, we're going to be talking about billing and understanding how much you have to pay. And Andrew, it's good to have you on the show today.
It's good to be back.
It is a Monday, and of course we're talking about something that I think a lot of people can certainly relate to. When you get a bill in the mail that you're not expecting, and Medicare bills can be pretty scary.
They can be, because they can be for a lot of money.
And sometimes that money is not what you actually owe.
Correct. So there's two different types of mail that you'll get. One is called an EOB, or an explanation of benefits, and then you'll actually get a bill, and those will be separate things that you get in the mail.
So they're two different documents, which can be confusing.
It can be very confusing. So an EOB is an explanation of what happened. And so the way an EOB works is it'll show the bill from the doctor, and it'll say you had, such and such a procedure, and it'll say, okay, the doctor charged $1,000, and then it'll say they wrote off or they discounted, $500, and then the insurance company paid $450, and then you owe $50. And so it'll have a breakdown of all those things, but that actually is not a bill.
So then the bill will come separately, and you can usually tell that they want their money, and they kind of give you that due date.
Yes. So the EOB will actually say this is not a bill. The bill will actually be from the provider or from the doctor, and it'll say you owe, so much money, and then it'll have a way to pay it, with a credit card or to mail a check in.
So what if you get a bill and it's for hundreds of dollars that you didn't expect that you were going to have to pay?
So what I tell all my clients is, if you ever get a bill and it doesn't feel right, or it doesn't sound right, or it's a lot more than you were expecting, do not pay that, because medical billing can be very confusing. It's a lot of codes and things like that, and there's mistakes that happen all the time.
So, and you've actually had clients that have called you saying, I've got a bill here for several $100s.
Yeah, so I had a guy call me the other day. He got a bill for about $800, and it was just for a normal annual physical.
Oh.
Well, an annual wellness check is covered at 100%, so he shouldn't have to pay anything. He got a bill for $800. So he called me, I called the insurance company, and what had happened is the doctor had billed it as a Welcome to Medicare physical. Well, you only get one of those. Well, he had already had it because he's been on Medicare for years, so the insurance company denied it. Well, what had happened is we had to have the doctor just rebill it with the correct billing code. He ended up owing nothing.
Big difference from $800.
Yes, and that's where I come in. So all my clients can call me and help me walk them through some of that, because it is so confusing.
And you're actually doing some seminars for people to help kind of guide through the process.
Yes, so being educated on Medicare is a big deal. It makes a whole lot of difference when you're trying to figure all this stuff out. So next month, here in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm doing about 5 or 6 different Medicare seminars, mainly to help people that are new to Medicare figure out how Medicare works and to answer their questions.
All right, and I see you're going to be at a lot of very popular restaurants, Black Olive, the Press Room, Bristol Library. We've got all of those dates and times right here on the screen for you. And he is asking that you RSVP. If you could RSVP at the number that is right there on your screen. Those seminars kicking off July 13th, and then they'll run all the way through the 18th. Andrew, great to have you on the show.
Thanks to be back.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by SFG Medicare.